Welcome to episode 59 of VGW Wrestling. We are still on the road towards SummerSlam. Just a few short weeks away, August 10th. And we are still making our way towards the biggest party of the summer. We're keeping things rolling at a very hot pace. We're going to kick tonight off hot with champion versus champion action. Hardcore champion Daniel Bryan preparing to take on the United States champion Pete Dunne. And this should be a good one. Unfortunately, I haven't known by now, Daniel Bryan, a lot on his mind. Has to defend that hardcore championship at SummerSlam for the final time against NXT superstar Chad Gable, hand chosen by Daniel Bryan himself. The hardcore championship will be retired at SummerSlam, and Bryan has one more opportunity to defend that championship. He has chosen Chad Gable to do so. Hardcore title is on line at SummerSlam for the final time in VGW history. Of course, Bryan would love to make quick work of Chad Gable at SummerSlam to retain the championship one more final time to put the hardcore belt to rest. And this man right here, Pete Dunne, the United States champion, after defeating Bray Wyatt at Backlash a few months ago, he has been on top of the United States Championship ever since. And Pete Dunne gracefully looks towards SummerSlam. He wants to defend his championship, but the question is against who though? Who will step up to the plate to challenge Pete Dunne for his title? Pete Dunne wants to know very, very fast. SummerSlam just a few short weeks. We're just about 2 weeks away from the biggest party of the summer. Pete Dunne wants to know who he's defending against fast. He's very anxious, and so is everyone here, wanting to see who's going to be taking the challenge. The challenge to Bruiserweight. But until then, we got Bryan versus Dunne one-on-one. And look, Dunne already trying to say bring it on to Daniel Bryan. And this should be good. Look and kick things off here. That's Dunne. Oh, knees right there from Bryan. Reverse there from Dunne. Reverse there from Bryan. Arm drag counter there from Pete Dunne, whipping him across the ring. Another knee strike to the midsection there. Clothesline countered by Dunne. Both men going back and forth early on here. A hella good sequence there by both these amazing wrestlers. As Pete Dunne looking to solidify his dominance as United States champion, and vice versa and vice versa. And Bryan, oh snap, German suplex from Dunne and a bridge and a kick out. Dunne trying to get the quick victory on early. But of course, Bryan not going to give up that easy. Off that drop down, and a second drop down from Pete Dunne. And another snap German suplex with a second bridge here. Kick out of one once more there from Bryan. And Bryan, oh, what a huge slap. And look at Bryan now firing back with wicked shots to the face and the midsection of the Bruiserweight. And Daniel Bryan takes him down with ease with a huge flurry of strikes. First there from Dunne though. Turns him back around, leg trap. And a third huge German suplex from Pete Dunne. And now Dunne going to swing into the swinging neck breaker here. Going for the cover. On Bryan here to win the big match? No. And Dunne early on with a sign of frustration. That's not good. Daniel Bryan now going to counter against Pete Dunne. Looking for the Irish whip. Looking to trip down the leg, rolls him through, and a kick right to the chest. Nails him. Bryan, a heavy hitter as well. One of the best technicians ever. The same thing was said about Pete Dunne. Another great submission specialist. Likes to work with strikes and grappling. Some British strong style. And the cover here by Bryan. Kick out at 2 there from Dunne. Daniel Bryan won the Hardcore Championship back at WrestleMania 4 in that triple match with EC3 and Kevin Owens. He's held it ever since, and now that he has to retire the championship per orders of Show Off 63, the commissioner of VGW, I wonder what's going through his mind right now, knowing that after SummerSlam he's not going to have that Hardcore Championship anymore. Like, where does Bryan go from here? We'll find out soon enough, as Pete Dunne currently trying to take the fight to Daniel Bryan. And Pete Dunne out with a huge elbow. And Pete Dunne now going to second rope here, looking to transition. Turn himself around. What's this? And an elbow drop from the second rope this time. Free fall back elbow drop from Pete Dunne here. Puts Bryan in the corner. Okay, oh, and a huge boot from Bryan. Right to the face. And slamming the arm right in the mat. Followed by a huge drop kick. And just like that, Daniel Bryan can take control of a match that quick. Looking to work on the arm here of Pete Dunne as he slams it down to the mat, just like earlier. And now going back after the arm here, just stomping right in it, and Bryan's saying no. No, Pete Dunne, you're not going to get one on me today. Reverse there from Dunne, though. Looking to counter here. Oh, went for the same thing that Bryan did, perhaps, but Bryan able to roll through in a great counter. Into a dragon suplex. With the bridge here, shoulders down, kick out of 2. Looking to pick him back to his feet now, but looking for the lockup, and Dunne throws him off. And now, what's this? 4-track position. This can't be good. And oh my lord, burning hammer from Pete Dunne. A scary move from the Bruiserweight. Bryan somehow kicks out. That was hard to watch for a moment. Daniel Bryan has went through years and a history of neck injuries during his career, and just seeing a move like that, just having him dropped on his head like that, that was scary. Anything can happen in professional wrestling where injuries are very common, and that could have been a sign right there. But Pete Dunne, after that big burning hammer, has taken quick control of this matchup here, and a knee strike right to the face. Pete Dunne takes full control right now after the burning hammer. Now he's working on Bryan now with vicious stomps, followed by that huge basement forearm there. And now Pete Dunne now going for his specialty, joint manipulation perhaps. Tying that arm up here. Other arm in effect, looking to bend the fingers here. And a rolling knee drop to finish things off for Bryan. And a huge forearm. Look at these forearms here. Reverse there from Bryan though, looking to fight back, and a drop kick to the leg. That drop kick right to the leg there, looking to take out Pete Dunne, and that might give Bryan some room to breathe for a quick moment. And now just going to stomp on the knees here. As Bryan now looking to drag Pete Dunne to where he wants him. Now elbow drop to the leg. And now going into the second rope here. Trying to catch his breath for a moment. He has a rolling knee drop off the second rope. Bryan now into a cover. Looking for the win here against Pete Dunne, the U.S. champion, and a kick out of 2. Big must win for both men tonight to get some momentum towards SummerSlam here tonight. And a huge cravat suplex. And now it's Bryan's turn to drop Dunne on his head. And now huge enziguri in the corner there from Pete Dunne. And now the Bruiserweight going to top rope, and Bryan kips up. Enziguri on the top rope. Bryan looking for her crown perhaps. And now Dunne able to counter. What a counter from Dunne. That's going to give him the opportunity to go back to the top rope. Looking to measure Daniel Bryan now. Here we go, top rope, high risk. Hurricane Rana there from Pete Dunne. That's rare. Don't see Pete Dunne pull off maneuvers like that often. Usually sticks to grounded offense here. Like this, hammerlock, arm breaker. Wrenching back that arm as hard as he can. Good Lord. And now, just biting the fingers of Daniel Bryan. That's what Pete Dunne likes to do. He works on every limb of the body to perfection. Wrist clutch suplex there. Right back after the arm. Both men battling tooth and nail in this huge match here to kick us off tonight, episode 59. Pete Dunne, oh boy, go for the moonsault, but Dunne cannot connect as Bryan gets his knees up to block. Bryan now, tilt-a-whirl, backflip into the DDT. What a maneuver there. Bryan looking to waste no time picking up Pete Dunne here. Front face lock into a Fujiwara armbar. Drags him down, but a rope break there. Very quick rope break from Pete Dunne. And Bryan now. Oh, here we go. Danielson special. Danielson special applied here. This modified cross arm breaker, and now Pete Dunne looking to fight out of it now. And Pete Dunne now. Oh, look at Pete Dunne. Look at this now. Going for one of his own. This is exactly how he beat Bray Wyatt at Backlash with this very same maneuver. It may make Bryan tap out, and no, Bryan will not surrender. As he breaks the grip of the Danielson special. Bryan into the guillotine choke. Guillotine choke now from Bryan. Will he make the Bruiserweight tap out here? And no, looking to bridge out. What an escape there from Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne now, look at this. Drags him down into a camel clutch. Both men with back and forth submissions. And now will Bryan tap out now. Camel clutch applied. Wrenching back here. But Bryan looking to break the grip, and he does as he trips the legs down. And Bryan successfully breaks that hold and slams him right into this kneecap, face first. Bryan now looking to roll Pete Dunne over on his stomach here. Once again going back for it. Romeo special perhaps is locked in here on Pete Dunne. And when, oh wait a minute. And now, oh my lord, look at this. Transition into a dragon sleeper. Look at the torque. The body's not supposed to bend like that. As Pete Dunne also escapes. And what a knee. What a knee strike. Into a half crab. Half crab from Dunne. And now a rope break for Bryan. Back and forth we go, and they're not stopping. Arm drag counter from Bryan. Huge drop kick lays him out. And I've been a few yes chants here, just for good measure. Bryan now looking to take flight. Suicide dive. Suicide dive knocking down Pete Dunne. What a war it has been thus far. You take two amazing submission wrestlers, put them in a one-on-one match, and let them do what they do best. And a right off the apron from Bryan. Dropping down the United States champion. Gotta wonder, maybe Chad Gable, the man who challenges Daniel Bryan for the Hardcore Championship at SummerSlam, might be watching this match somewhere where he is right now. Trying to get a glimpse of what he's in for at SummerSlam. The cover off the flying headbutt. Bryan cannot pin Pete Dunne for the moment. Bryan looking to get a little frustrated right now with those elbow shots right to the top of the head. Trying to keep his focus on the game plan right now. As both men looking to snap each other's arms and legs and everything in between. And a stomp right to the arm. What do you gotta do now? And Bryan goes back right after the arm, slamming it down to the mat, and a kick to the back. And Bryan again says no, he's not gonna give up that easy. And neither is Pete Dunne. Pull back into a pendulum backbreaker. Great counter there from Pete Dunne into a huge elbow drop. Once again. And another one. And another one from Dunne. Unloading with elbow drop after elbow drop. Bryan escapes that one though. Clothesline misses. Dunne able to escape with a huge right hand. Went for a chop. Carrying there from Bryan. Irish whip. Off the ropes goes Dunne. Went for the knee strike counter from Pete Dunne. Turns him around. And the roundhouse kick drops him. Bryan rolls out of the ring to catch his breath for a moment, but Dunne not gonna let him do so. Here comes Dunne with a huge elbow drop from the top rope. To the outside. Hard impact here. And now both men outside the ring as Pete Dunne driving Bryan right in a barricade. Good Lord. As Pete Dunne tosses Bryan right back into the ring here. Gotta run, this match might be lasting just a few more moments before it ends in its conclusion. And now what's Pete Dunne thinking about here? Fuji armbar here. Wrenching back on the fingers. Look at the torque. This might be for Bryan. Is Bryan gonna tap out here? Pete Dunne wrenching back as hard as he can. And Bryan able to escape. How? Big forearm. And a kick to the back. Followed by a belly-to-back suplex driving down Pete Dunne. No wasted motion, picks him back to his feet. Reverse Irish whip into the corner. Reverse there from Bryan. And look at his rapid-fire kicks in the corner. Look at Bryan go. And a huge drop kick from Bryan in the corner, but it barely grazed Pete Dunne. For a second one, it connects beautifully that time. And what a war has been thus far in this huge opening match tonight. Bryan versus Dunne. Second rope, missile dropkick from the top rope. Knocking down Pete Dunne. And now Bryan into the cover. Shoulders down for the big win tonight. And no, Pete Dunne able to kick out at 2. Bryan now getting angry. Look at these rapid fire stomps to the chest. What's it gonna take here? Bryan with a cross arm breaker. Cross arm breaker applied to Pete Dunne. Will he make him tap all the damage done to the arms of Dunne, and somehow he breaks out of it? How much more can that arm give though? That's the question. We'll see what he can do here with the X-Plex. X-Plex here from Pete Dunne, the cover on Dan Bryan, a kick out. What a physical match here this week. And it's all about getting momentum for SummerSlam. As Bryan faces Chad Gable for the Hardcore Championship. And Pete Dunne, he wants to finish championship, but the question is against who though? We don't know who against yet. We might find out soon though. Huge European uppercut. Bryan now tries, trips the leg. Achilles lock. Achilles lock is in. What's Dunne gonna do here? And looking to break out of it now. As he breaks 3. Well, he breaks free. Pete Dunne with a bit of limp right there. And now, wait, no, not again, not again. Here we go again. Another burning hammer. A second burning hammer from Pete Dunne. Throws Bryan into the corner. How much more can Bryan take in this match? A huge back elbow there. How is he fighting back though? Dunne retaliates though. What is Pete Dunne thinking about here? Drives him across the top rope, and here comes Pete with a huge running knee right to the side of the head. Pete Dunne with that glancing knee to the side of the head. Now he's measuring Daniel Bryan. Now here we go. Hooks him in for the bitter end. Is it going to be the bitter end for Daniel Bryan in this matchup here? Pete Dunne scores a huge win over the Hardcore Champion. Man, what a physical battle this was. As Pete Dunne gets a big win. Now the question is, who will face Pete Dunne at SummerSlam for the Hardcore Championship? We will find out soon enough. But until then, Pete Dunne is victorious here tonight. A lot more left to come here tonight. Don't forget, Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship in tonight's main event here tonight. It is all coming your way. Stick around.